So once again, as I said before, Talk Sports tweeted out 49ers fans make stunning Shedeur Sanders trade demand after major Brock Purdy setback. Talk Sports is a very credible source. They have 2.4 million followers.
You trade Shedeur Sanders. You clearly are not sold on him right now. You're not sold on the progress that he's making, even though you're saying, hey, we're happy with where he's at.
I'm going to be livid if it goes down, by the way.
The Shedeur Sanders transfer rumor is heating up, and this time it's the San Francisco 49ers making a splash. According to the trusted sports outlet Talk Sports, Sanders is now on the 49ers' radar, especially after their starting quarterback, Brock Purdy, sustained an injury. Fans are rallying for the team to make a move and sign the rising star. With more and more teams reportedly interested, it's still unclear whether Sanders will join the 49ers or end up elsewhere. Let's break down all the details in this exciting developing story.
I'm hearing Shedeur is not even running scout team. He's literally watching everyone play. Bailey Zappe's running scout team. I don't know if that's true. That's what I'm hearing. Why is he on the team? Why is he even here? If that's what you think about, because his jersey is selling, the Haslam's don't need jersey money, do they?
These rumors are starting to look more like a reality. Recently, Rizzo reported that Shedeur Sanders hasn't been participating with the scout teams during training. What's even more surprising is that Bailey Zappe, an emergency signing, is getting reps with the scout team, while Sanders is not. This has sparked speculation about a possible rift between Sanders and management, or perhaps a trade in the works. Teams are definitely watching the situation closely, and if the chance arises, they won't hesitate to go after Sanders. For now, though, it's a waiting game as teams monitor any developments that could signal a move. It's not just fans from other teams who are watching. Cleveland Browns fans are also chiming in. Many are calling for the team to release Sanders, arguing that the current system in Cleveland doesn't offer him the playing time he needs to grow as a quarterback. For those invested in the future of the team, this move would seem to go against the idea of developing a young quarterback with so much potential. There's a growing sense among some fans that a change is needed, whether it's with the Browns or elsewhere. Kevin Stefanski recently addressed the swirling trade rumors about Shedeur Sanders, acknowledging that sometimes teams just can't keep every player. Despite the growing speculation, the Browns are holding their ground and have made it clear they aren't ready to let go of their star quarterback. They're resisting the mounting pressure to trade him. However, it's impossible to ignore the fact that losing Sanders would have a major impact on Cleveland's chances of staying competitive in the league.
He tried to walk those comments back a little bit, but when he said, these are going to be tough decisions and you can't always keep everyone, right?
And then he tried making it like,
you trade Shedeur Sanders. You clearly are not sold on him right now. You're not sold on the progress that he's making, even though you're saying, hey, we're happy with where he's at.
I'm going to be livid if it goes down, by the way.
The trade rumors surrounding Shedeur Sanders aren't just focused on the 49ers. There's also growing talk about a potential trade involving Tua Tagovailoa from the Dolphins. After a rough start to the season, with Tua struggling under pressure and making critical fumbles, frustration is starting to build among fans, and the call for change is becoming harder to ignore. Teams across the league are keeping a close eye on Shedeur Sanders, and the pressure is increasing on the Dolphins to make a move. If Miami wants to secure the talented quarterback, they'll need to act quickly before the opportunity slips away.
Dolphin fans are ready for a change under center after a dreadful start. They want Shedeur Sanders traded to the Dolphins. Should Miami make a new move, Ocho?
Despite the growing reports about a potential trade for Shedeur Sanders, there's increasing resistance within the Browns organization to part with him. Ownership, led by Jimmy Haslam, is pushing for Sanders to get a real opportunity on the field. Haslam is personally involved, making it clear that he wants Sanders to take control. Some reports even suggest that Haslam is ready to make a bold move, with sports commentator Colin Cowherd speculating that Sanders could be starting as soon as November. Cowherd believes it's only a matter of time before the Browns reach a breaking point. If the losses keep piling up, the pressure on Kevin Stefanski and the coaching staff will become overwhelming, forcing a change. That's when Sanders is expected to step in, bringing the energy and spark the team needs. If he performs well, even in limited action, fans will be pushing for him to become the permanent starter, and his name will be all over the headlines. However, for now, That scenario still feels a long way off for the Browns.
I tend to think by Thanksgiving, he'll just potentially be the best quarterback they have, and the fans will be clamoring for him because it's not a very good team and they'll be losing games.
Colin Cowherd went even further, claiming that Browns ownership is fully behind Shedeur Sanders, viewing him as the future of the franchise and pushing for him to get on the field. However, there's a catch. Management isn't quite ready to hand him the starting role just yet. Reports suggest that the front office and coaching staff are working to buy more time, aiming to delay his full-time debut. Their strategy appears to be focused on gradually easing Sanders into the spotlight, rather than rushing him into the starting position immediately. He claimed it was his decision to prevent Sanders from participating in scout team reps, despite the fact that their emergency quarterback is getting those opportunities.
I'd love to ask him. Now today is Stefanski's day to cop out, which I love.
Yes,
he's
he
smart.
gives the coordinators.
So smart.
Yeah.
Somebody better ask Tommy Rees whether Shedeur's running scout team or not.
The situation surrounding Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns is growing more complex by the day. What started as trade rumors has now evolved into a tense standoff, with ownership backing Sanders as the future of the franchise, while management appears reluctant to give him the starting role. Despite calls for his inclusion on the field, Sanders has been left out of critical reps, creating confusion and speculation about his future in Cleveland. While some insiders believe a trade is imminent, others see the team trying to buy more time before making a decisive move. The pressure is mounting on the Browns, as fans and analysts alike grow impatient with the lack of progress. The apparent disconnect between ownership's support for Sanders and the front office's reluctance to let him play is a major point of contention. It remains unclear whether the team will make a move before the situation becomes untenable, but the stakes are higher than ever. For now, the Browns are caught in a waiting game, with Sanders' future hanging in the balance. Whether he stays in Cleveland or moves on to another team, one thing is certain: the spotlight is on him, and the next few weeks will be critical in shaping his career. So, what do you think? Should the Browns stick with Shedeur Sanders and give him a real chance to prove himself? Or is it time for a change? Do you believe a trade is the best move for both Sanders and the team? Or should Cleveland keep him and build around him for the future? How do you feel about the apparent disconnect between ownership and the coaching staff when it comes to Sanders' role? And with teams like the 49ers reportedly interested, could this be the right moment for a big trade? Or will the Browns end up regretting letting go of their young star? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's dive into this discussion.